Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, man fatally shot during police operation in Shooter's Hill. A man was reportedly shot and killed during a police operation in Shooter's Hill, 7 miles above Bay St. Andrew on Monday morning. A firearm was reportedly seized in the incident. Detectives are currently at the scene. The news will provide more updates as they become available. Gang leader among 2 killed as cops search for suspects in attack on policeman's family. 2 suspects in Saturday night's deadly attack against the policeman and his family in St. James were cut down during alleged confrontations with the security forces on Monday morning. One of the deceased is said to be Andre Reed, otherwise called the Little Zulu, the leader of the Top Junglist or Katana Defensive Force gang based in Catherine Mountain, St. James. It is understood that about 5 a.m., police were on an intelligence-driven operation in Shooter's Hill, St. Andrew, when they were fired upon by Reed. The cops reportedly returned the fire and Reed was shot. He was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. An AK-47 assault rifle with a magazine affixed containing 5 rounds was reportedly seized. The other suspect, who remains unidentified, was reportedly killed during a police operation in St. James. It was through coordinated town and country operations, a police source familiar with the developing situation stated about the operations. The news understands that police believe Reed was the mastermind behind the gun attack on a policeman assigned to the lottery scam task force, his spouse and their son at a section of Redding's Main Road in St. James. His spouse, 36-year-old Latoya Stevenson, and the son, 5-year-old Zamir Morgan, has since succumbed to their injuries. The police constable remains in critical condition at hospital. The police indicated that they continue their work to apprehend all those involved in this incident. Spanish Town man found fatally shot inside a container. A man was shot and killed on the grounds of the Children First compound along Monk Street in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Sunday night. The deceased is Orlando Roper, otherwise called the Bikehead, a 31-year-old laborer of Monk Street. Reports say explosions were heard in the area and the police were summoned to the scene. Upon arrival, Roper's body was found lying on its back inside a container. Checks revealed what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. The body was removed and pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital. The matter is being investigated by the Spanish Town Police. Protesting residents demand a thorough police probe in Manchester fatal crash. Placard-bearing residents of Prospect in South Manchester on Monday morning blocked a section of the main road in protest over the death of schoolboy Malik Barnes. Police identified the child as age 12. However, his relatives said he was 11 and attended the Bull Savannah Primary School. The child was struck from his bicycle by a Toyota Hiace last Tuesday. The residents, including relatives of Barnes, are demanding that the police conduct a thorough investigation into the fatal crash. Are the police following the proper procedures? Asked a resident. We want the police to come talk to us, said another resident. The residents claim Barnes was struck by a speeding vehicle. The residents used debris to block a section of the Prospect Main Road. A police report said about 3:20 p.m. on Tuesday, the boy was riding a bicycle from the right side of the roadway to the left side and went into the path of a Toyota Hiace and was struck from the bicycle. The child was taken to hospital by the driver of the Hiace, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The driver, who was being questioned up to late Tuesday, was released after CCTV footage showed that the child rode a bicycle from behind a parked truck into the path of the Hiace. Manchester legal consultant charged with a fraud in property deal. Manchester legal consultant 61-year-old Christopher Powell has been charged with a fraud for allegedly failing to return $8.9 million given to him by a man as part of payments towards purchasing an apartment in St. Andrew. Powell is charged with fraudulent conversion. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that in January 2024, Powell allegedly collected $8.9 million as part payment on a two-bedroom apartment located in Kingston 10. The apartment was reportedly valued at $50 million, according to the police. The complainant subsequently became suspicious and requested a refund, but Powell allegedly became elusive. The matter was later reported to the police and an investigation was launched. On Friday, August 8, Powell was arrested in Mandeville and transported to Halfway Tree in St. Andrew, where he was charged following a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. Approximately 4,000 pounds of ganja seized by Seatalk in mangroves in Kingston. Approximately 4,000 pounds of ganja and several barrels of fuel were found in mangroves along the main road in Port Royal, Kingston on Sunday by cops attached to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. No arrests were made. It was reported that around 10 p.m., Seatalk operatives conducted a targeted operation in the area, during which a search was carried out. The items were discovered during the search. The investigation is ongoing. Prime Minister could have been premature in announcing Seavert Gardens by-election, says the Kingston mayor. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, is seeking legal advice on whether a by-election can be held for the Seavert Gardens division in St. Andrew West Central on September 3, as announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Sunday. Addressing a massive crowd of Jamaica Labour Party supporters at a mass meeting in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, Holness announced that when Jamaicans go to the polls for a general election on September 3, local government by-elections will be held in the Chancery Hall, Olympic Gardens, Seavert Gardens and Denham Town divisions. But Swaby told the news that while it is all clear for by-elections in 3 of the 4 divisions, Chancery Hall, Olympic Gardens and Denham Town, it is not so clear for Seavert Gardens. There is a letter that I have written that I will release to the press on the 3, but the Seavert Gardens division, I am yet to get a resignation from Sitting Councillor, the JLP's Delroy Williams, and I have checked with the CEO, Robert Hill. Just in case Mr. Williams sent a resignation, it would have to first be recorded in the minutes of the KSAMC, and it is my right as mayor to call that election within 90 days, Swaby told the news. According to Swaby, he was surprised to hear the Prime Minister announce the Seavert Gardens division among those where by-elections will be held. I need to seek legal advice on it, as I doubt a by-election is possible because the resignation has to be recorded in the minutes of the KSAMC, and the next council meeting is on the second Tuesday in September, said Swaby, as he noted that the municipal corporation is now on break and will not meet this month. But as I said, I am speaking to you without the benefit of legal advice and will give the media something official later, added Swaby, as he argued that the Prime Minister might have been premature in making the announcement. Williams, a former mayor of Kingston, now serves as the deputy mayor after both parties ended the 2024 local government election with equal number of seats in the KSAMC, but the PNP was allowed to select the mayor, having received the higher number of votes. The JLP has selected Williams to be its standard bearer in Clarendon Central, where he will replace Lester McHenry, who held the seat for more than 30 years. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.